want to say good day to all my friends, my family, my loved ones, my associates from near and from far. I hope no matter where you are, things are going well in your part of the world. This is Raymond Sells, and I am here once again with your motivational moment. In today's motivational moment, we have some words from Swami Sivananda, where he said, "Put your heart, mind, and soul into even your smallest acts. This is the secret of success." Sivananda Saraswati, known as Swami Sivananda, was a Hindu spiritual teacher and a proponent of yoga and Vedanta. He studied medicine and served as a physician for several years before taking up monasticism. He was the founder of the Divine Life Society in 1936 and authored over 200 books on yoga and a variety of other subjects. He established Sivananda Ashram, which is the headquarters of the Divine Life Society. Sivananda Yoga, which is the yoga form propagated by his followers and has now spread in many parts of the world as Sivananda Yoga Centers. These centers are not affiliated with his ashrams, which are run by the Divine Life Society. His words, though, should be taken to heart, because the secret of success is to be 100% sold out in all that is done, even in the little things. And maybe I should even emphasize, especially in the smallest of things. You know, just watch The Last Dance. It's aired in its entirety, all 10 episodes. And it brought back to me a conversation that our basketball coach had with us when we were younger about Michael Jordan. He asked us, was Jordan simply a flashy player, or was he fundamental? All of us thinking back on the highlights we've seen on ESPN, etc., we all say he was just flashy, he didn't have fundamentals. And to which he replied that we were very much wrong, and that he was incredibly fundamentally sound. He was so fundamentally sound that what he does that's flashy is all that was being recognized. But if you watched him, you could see that what he did at the highest level, he could do it because he had mastered the fundamentals, or the small things, or the little things. You know, we couldn't conceptualize at that point, but as I learned to watch more and more of Michael Jordan, you couldn't help but see that he did what we would say the ordinary extraordinarily well. They say the devil's in the details. I would say, though, that the development is in the details, and the potency is in the details, the excellence is in the details. When you're on top of the details, those pesky I's, they get dotted, and those bothersome T's, they get crossed. Success is bred when we put our hearts, our minds, and our souls into the little things. Because it's those little things that when they're taken care of, in turn, they take care of the big things. In other words, what you do on the smaller levels adds on and gets become practical to do when you do the big things. They become building blocks. Smaller become building blocks for the bigger. So do your very best in even the small things, and you'll do your best in the big things, and then success truly becomes yours. When I look at the Word of God, it says in Colossians 3:23, whatever you do, do it from the heart. Whatever you do, do it from the heart. The key word here is whatever. Whatever you do. Not just the big things, but especially the little things. Whatever you do it from the heart. Give it your all. Give it your very best. Don't hold back. I mean, literally, withholding nothing. We cannot afford to pick and choose what we're going to do our very best in. If I were to go back to basketball, let's say college basketball, how many times have you seen a team that's supposed to win it all, supposed to win the championship, lose in the first or second rounds because they didn't go at the other team 100%. Well, let's look at it this way. Walk back with me to 1990. The scene was Tokyo, Japan. Baddest man on the planet, Mike Tyson, comes in as the overwhelming favorite to defeat and probably knock out Buster Douglas. Mike didn't expect or respect Butler to be a challenge. And he didn't train or approach Buster like he was a challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship. As a result, we know Mike got knocked out. He took that L, took the loss, and in reality, he shouldn't have. Because Buster Douglas went ahead and lost the very next fight, and his first fight as the champion. But what he did that night in Tokyo was he defeated the aura of Tyson being invincible. Iron Mike went away, and Mike never got that same aura back. No matter how many tomato cans Don King propped up against him after that. Now, in our lives, maybe we're not fighting a Buster Douglas. Maybe we're not planning to go out and climb Mount Kilimanjaro or Mount Everest. Maybe we're not looking to open up a business that's going to change the world. But because you were created, and because I was created to do some great things, you and I have to approach everything, even and especially the whatever things, from the view of doing it to the very best of our abilities. Do it from the heart, whatever it is. You think about it, how many times have singers gotten their break because they put their all into singing even the smallest of parts? How many times were you watching a TV show or a movie and you said, that one actor's going to be a star because they put their all into even the smallest of roles? I think about Samuel L. Jackson when I think of that. How many times have you seen players step up and become stars because even when they were role players, they had prepared themselves to take their proverbial shot when their opportunity came up? Once again, I have to cite that man, Michael Jordan. I watched live that classic college championship game that he had as a freshman against Georgetown at the Superdome. He was a starter, but he wasn't the star at the time. But when his opportunity came up to shoot his shot late in the game, he made it, he keyed the championship win, and the legend was born. And it broke my heart as a little kid, too. God has it in His Word that He expects us to put our all into all of our tasks. If I can paraphrase what my pastor said, if He did not mean it, He would not have said it. It doesn't matter how small something may seem to be at the present time. It can be a gateway into something bigger because it's preparing you for success. It doesn't matter how seemingly menial the task may be. It's all part of the building blocks of your foundation to prepare you to do the great things, the big things, the overwhelming and surprising things. It doesn't matter how seemingly minute the detail may be. It's not taking care of that one small, minute detail that will make it seem like the bigger thing starts to unravel and becomes untenable for you. Again, I need you to put your heart, your mind, and your soul into even your smallest of acts. Like Swami says, that's the secret of success. Paul said, whatever you do, do it from the heart. Again, this is the secret of success. And I know that you want to be successful in whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's a grand task or maybe even smaller by comparison. The bottom line is you've got to put your all into it. Put your all in the smallest things. Make sure you're covering all the bases. Dot those I's, cross those T's, and then you will have good success. Again, my name is Raymond Settles. This has been your motivational moment. I want you to go out there, seize that day. It is right within your grasp. You can make it happen. You are well able to accomplish it. Go out there. Have your best day. Be the best version of yourselves.